Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Going Deeper with David Steele. Today I'm going to be interviewing Jay Brown. Jay is a good friend and the founder of the Evo Room. The Evo Room is a transformational experience that really enhances our lives. I know you're going to enjoy this episode. Please subscribe and best of all, leave a comment. Thank you. Good morning, Jay Brown.
Good morning, David Steele. Thank you for inviting me out into this beautiful, peaceful environment.
I say good morning no matter what time you're watching this because it's always morning somewhere in the world, and it's always a new beginning. And I'm so thankful to be here today with my friend Jay Brown. And Jay Brown has an amazing company, which I can't wait for you to hear about, called the Evo Room. And it's about in creating these awesome experiences for empowerment and change and so many things. And it was interesting for me because I know all of my friends really well, and I think that I'm really good at describing people. And my entire experience of Jay Brown has been experiential. It's been activities and things to, awaken your inner self. And as I started doing this, I thought to myself, I wonder what it's going to be like to get Jay out there. And I don't know if he's a surfer, and I hope I can find a nice calm day and get out and paddle out here. And here I am with Jay, and it wasn't a calm day. That was a fun little journey out here. But welcome, thank you so much. And let's get started and just say, how did you get started in what you do, and then maybe tell us a little bit more about what you do for companies and individuals.
Well, I'll start. Well, first of all, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Again, for the invitation to come out here. As I shared with you before, it's like this is me pushing my edge. Being out in the middle of the ocean, having my legs in the water right now. I'm just thinking, I hope Jaws doesn't come and just take my ankles off right now. I'm sitting here with nibs as I'm doing this interview. But thank you for the invitation. And to answer the question of how we started, I think first probably just sharing a little bit about what we do and then how that got started seems like the natural progression of it. And so what we do is we think of life and how consciousness unfolds from an energetic scientific perspective.
Okay. As
human beings and everything on this planet, these houses that we're looking at, this water, these boards, are all made of the same thing, matter and energy. Everything exudes energy. So when we're thinking about human consciousness and how one shifts their consciousness, we think from that energetic perspective, how do we get them to feel good?
Okay.
Because when they feel good, you're going to do better, you're going to be more powerful in the things that you do in life. And the thoughts that you have as a human being when you're feeling really good are more aligned with the thoughts that allow you to be powerful in what you create. So the Evo Room activates people into higher states of consciousness.
I love that.
And this state of consciousness can be described as the flow state. And being in flow or being in the zone is a state where things become effortless. We're not having to push to create. It just comes to you, literally. Comes into your life. And so that's what we do. And we create experiences that enable people to get into those states of consciousness by using group energy.
So fun. That's so fun.
It's really, really fun.
So what type of clients do you work with?
Right now, one of the clients that we're working with is Airbnb.
Okay.
And it's such an adventure just getting to this point of having them as a client, you know, and believing in ourselves and saying, is this going to work for Airbnb, a company that has so much influence and power on this planet? And now that it's happening, it's okay. So they have 2,500 employees. Now, how do we deliver what we know and what we know can be impactful to this amount of people? And what is that strategy of how to do it in the most efficient, cost-effective manner?
Wow, that's awesome. I love that. Here's an interesting question. What does happiness look like for you?
Happiness to me looks like me feeling activated in my fullest potential, feeling love in my heart, and then feeling love in the hearts of the people that are around me and the beings around me. And when all of that is in harmony, to me, that's happiness. Everything being in harmony.
Nice. I like that. Everyone has. Is there a way that we can show or do something right here to talk about like what an Evo experience would be like?
That's a great question.
I never thought about that till just now, but it's like I wanted to come across because it's amazing. I have so many good friends, and they're like, "Oh, Jay Brown's here. Let's have an Evo experience. Let's do it." And
wow, that's a great question. Absolutely, especially in this environment that we're in right now, because some of the factors that we look at when we're creating Evo experiences, what's the exterior environment like? Because our environment really impacts our consciousness, right? So right now, or before I came in here, I was feeling like nervous and fearful, a little bit scared, and I still feel that. But now being out here and having this peaceful environment to influence my beingness, I feel a little bit more calm, feel a little bit more dropped in. I feel a little bit more love in my heart, and as I'm like sitting out here more and more, I get so. What can we do out here? So, sit on that for a second. I was thinking, for me, one of the things that is really important in activating my state of consciousness is pushing my edges.
Yeah.
And one of my edges right now would be to actually jump in the water and dive like maybe 5 feet. Even 5 feet is like cutting it really close to my super edge.
And that's kind of what the Evo experience is about, is getting people into a place that's not like ordinary, right? Like getting them to connect with somebody else at a level that's not, hey, how are you doing? But, here's who I am authentically, or here's who you are. How do you show up, right? Because I know that you do like a lot of cool stuff with, we're blindfolded and we're doing this or we're doing that other thing, and they're always really interesting. It's like education through games, right?
Well, it could be games, or it could be experiments that we're just trying, like you're talking about blindfolding ourselves. What does that actually do on the consciousness level? Well, you're taking away one of your senses. When you take away one of your senses, then all your other senses start to heighten. Your hearing starts to heighten. Your touch starts to heighten. Not only that, but you bring yourself into the present moment. And that's really, really important to activating your genius. Like when you're present in the moment, then you're able to receive the information that the universe or God or whatever is trying to give to you to do that which you want to create. But when you're in your head thinking about like the bad conversation that you had with your mother or father or your girlfriend or whatever, then you're blocking yourself from that information that you need to like go.
Got it.
And so we do these exercises and experiences to bring people into that presence. And one of the fastest ways to bring people into presence is to take them out of their comfort zone, take them into an environment that is not normal to them.
So like I did an Evo experience with you today.
Yeah, exactly. But the key point of it is to speak that into like this the space that we're in the container.
Okay.
Right? Like talking about, okay, what was going on for you in that moment as
Got
you're
it.
doing these things, because then you bring more awareness to your emotions, and when you could be really fully present with your emotions, then you know when you're scared, you know when you're having anxiety, you know when you're happy or whatever, and then you can tell yourself, oh, well, I'm not feeling where I really want to feel right now. Let me activate myself into a feeling that feels better for me. And when an individual becomes aware of that, that's where the game changes.
Got it. Okay. I got it. So, if we were, if there's a big group that's going to hear this, what are 3 things they could do, like today, the day, whenever you're hearing this, to, sort of help activate their potential or help get them in touch?
I think the first thing is to recognize where you're at first. Like, it's hard to go to any destination that you want to go to in life if you don't know where you're currently at, right? Like, Uber asks you where's your current location before they can take you to the next one. So as a human being, it's really important for us to know what we're feeling in any given moment, because how do you activate yourself into higher states of consciousness if you don't know where you're at? So how do you do that? Well, one of the tools is meditation, right? For me, meditation is about sitting and watching what's happening within me and what's happening around me, being really in tune with it and knowing, okay, I am feeling fear right now. I am, thinking doubtful thoughts. So once you're there, then like, okay, I need to activate myself. Nice. So how do you activate yourself? One of the quickest ways to activate is to have fun.
I like it.
It's like, take yourself out on a jet ski, and it's going to be very difficult to be pissed off and angry and
pretty much,
feeling shitty on a jet ski. Like, how many people do you see feel shitty on a jet ski or on the paddleboard?
Yep.
And doing those fun things, they start to, create chemical reactions inside of the body. Endorphins are released, dopamine's released. There's the science behind it is really important to understand, because these chemicals make us feel better, and when we're feeling better, we're doing better in life.
I love it. What's going on with Evo Room? Like, how can we support you, and where's your organization going?
Well, we asked ourselves a few months ago, like, what's the highest leverage thing that we can do right now to make impact in the world? How can we shift consciousness in the biggest way possible and fastest way? And the answer that came back to us as a team was, go to the most influential entities in the world, and what we know to be very influential in our planet today are corporations and big business. Influence a lot of our politics, our social dynamics of the world, every facet of life, our environment as well. And so we figured, if we can shift the consciousness of these huge influential organizations, then that's going to influence from the top down, influence everything that organization touches.
Okay.
So
the
next step was, okay, well, where do we go? Who are the most influential? And Airbnb came to me one night, just sitting there kind of brainstorming, on this. And I put a post on Facebook.
No way.
Hey, does anyone know anyone at the head of Airbnb?
Are you serious?
And then within 30 minutes, I had a friend, Rebecca Usolini. Rebecca, thank you so much for responding and allowing us the opportunity for this to unfold. And so she put us on a little Facebook Messenger thread, or myself and Chip Conley and Rebecca on a thread. And then next thing you know, I'm having a meeting with Chip in San Francisco at the Airbnb headquarters, and now we're doing an Evo Room experience for the Airbnb Open Festival, which is a festival that brings Airbnb hosts in to teach them, hospitality and hosting.
Cool. And that's the big number, right? The Airbnb host. So
there's 2.5 million hosts that exist currently on this planet.
Wow.
And And so this festival is designed to cultivate the relationship between Airbnb and these hosts, and to help the hosts better do the jobs that they do as hosts, and enhance the guest experience.
Got it. Wow.
So there were 6,000 hosts at the Airbnb Open last year, and this year they expect like somewhere around 8,000 to 10,000 or something like that. And one of the questions on the survey from after the past Airbnb Open Festival was, why did you come to the Airbnb Open? And the host, the number one answer was to meet the employees. So this year they're bringing 1,000. Airbnb is bringing 1,000 of their employees to the Airbnb Open Festival to meet the hosts, and we're in service to prepare those employees for that interaction with these hosts by activating them into their highest state of consciousness.
I love it. That's awesome. Where do we go to find out about you?
Facebook is a great resource, for finding information.
Is it Evo Room?
So Facebook.com / the Evo Room.
Okay.
EVOROOM.
Nice.
And then we're in the process right now. Within the next 2 weeks, we'll have a new website.
Beautiful.
Like the website that we had before, doesn't communicate nearly what I believe, we can in terms of what Evo Room is. So excited for that.
Well, I know in our community, like every time someone mentions your name, it's like, it's all about fun and activation and let's get Jay Brown here. Let's have an experience, which is it's a good way to be, helping people to connect with themselves. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I see
others. Themselves and others.
And others. Yeah. It's really important for me and our team that we do this together. You don't have to go farther than the human body to see what is possible when we work together. Like all the cells of our body have to work together to, allow the heart to pump and the lungs to do their jobs. And so we as human beings, ourselves, the human body being Earth, if we all work together, then the health of the Earth is going to be in harmony.
Nice. Yeah.
And so we took that, philosophy, and it's scientifically proven also to show how when things are in symbiosis, that the full potential of that being can be reached.
Nice.
So that's what we're doing with Evo Room Experiences. We don't do them as individual like coaches, we do them together, because when we're connected to ourselves and connected to other people, that's where the magic happens.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun. Really, really fun.
Thank you, Jay. So good to have you out here. I just love sitting out here. I'm gonna bring the camera around to show where we're at. So we're probably a good half mile or more off the coast. See a couple boats out here.
Wow.
Yeah. Just a beautiful day.
I'm so blessed.
Anyway, I will put your the Facebook page and the new site in the show notes.
Okay.
But I'm super stoked. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
man.
that was dope, man.
You rock.
That was fun.
You rock. So you ready to surf?